Hey Legionnaires, welcome back. We're here with another Dawnless Days siege battle for you today, and today Lothlorien and Gondor are allying themselves with Khand in their siege defense against the armies of evil. So yes, today we have the Uruks of Isengard, we have the Eastlings from Rune, and then I also believe that we do have a Haradron army as well. So as you can see already, there is a little bit of a fight taking place here. We have Khandish cavalry sallying out against the general of the Eastlings, who have plenty of Baners of the Steppes in here, it seems. Who can tell who's on whose side? I do not know, but the game seems to have worked it out. And we also have Locrium Halberdiers going in here. These guys seem to know whose Baner of the Steppes are who, as they are poking them down. We've got more Locrium Halberdiers over here as well. And you can see the Baner of the Steppes are trying to flee the scene of the battle. And the Variag Raiders are the only ones that are going to be left in there. And they're starting to lose pretty decisively with the arrival of those pole arms. So really nicely done there by the Eastlings. Poking away. And there you go. That is probably going to be that sally out almost dealt with. Because I imagine these Banes of the Steppe, well, they're going to be shadowed, I'd imagine, by other cavalry. As you can see here, yeah, Serpent Guards coming over to try and keep an eye on them. And maybe we'll see a rear charge here from the Bane of the Steppes onto the Halberdiers. But the Halberds, I'm sure, will react to that, yeah. So, yeah, this sally out seems like it's been a bit of a failure. Could be a costly use of resources, but we will see for sure. And as you can see over here, the attackers have landed. Isengard has landed. Looks like it's Uruk-hai infantry. And they've also gone for Berserkers, which is probably a pretty good move, as Khand has also brought up his own Berserkers to fight on this wall here. And we'll see who has the stronger Berserker. I imagine it will be the Isengard player, but we'll see. But yes, if you're enjoying Dawnless Days and all things Lord of the Rings on the channel, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel. And yes, if you want to get involved in some Dawnless Days action yourself, or send in your own replays, feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description, as always. You can see here, actually, yeah, looks like Berserkers winning ever so slightly. The defenders are the ones in red, and they are the Khandish Berserkers. They are losing. They're getting chopped down. Both sides will fight to the death. That's the thing. Berserkers have infinite morale. So these guys will just carry on fighting. Yes, you may be wondering how we are playing with Khand. Then you need to know about this new submod. Well, it's not a new submod. It's been around for a little while now. It's called Last Breath. It's a submod that adds a load of new factions to Dawnless Days, including Khand, Iron Hills, also Dorwinion. I'm pretty sure I've forgotten one, but I've forgotten which one now. But yeah, so they add loads of new factions, and it's a really, really cool mod. Definitely worth checking out. Why can't I remember the fourth faction? That's really annoying me. I do it every time. Every time I forget one of these damn factions. They're adding Dol Amroth, though, and Rudar, which is very, very cool. Yep, seems like they're going to win there pretty easily, those Berserkers. And in fact, Gondor is having to send up some infantry now to come and support his ally here on the wall. Khand, yeah, I mean, he's actually winning over here on the wall. It seems like Khandish Berserkers going to beat those Uruk-hai infantry there. And now the attackers are also having to deal with the elves. The elves of Lothlorien. Oh, Umbar, of course. That's like the other main faction, of course, in Last Breath. There you go, Umbar as well, which is a cool faction. I remember because we have Harad here, and Harad and Umbar have a similar roster in some cases. Yeah, Galadrim Sword Warriors there, they should hack through these runic warriors. Don't know why they brought them, maybe just because they're cheap and cannon fodder. But yeah, they're just going to give some easy kills here to these elves. These Admiral Sentinels are a really solid sword infantry unit. Pretty good money, like bang for your buck sort of thing. Like they do pretty well, and they don't cost too much. But that's the same with most elves, to be honest. You get pretty good bang for your buck. Yeah, as you can see here, these things I'm going to need to send up some more troops pretty soon. We've got archers moving around. Lokium archers and Variag bowmen. Whether they're going to try and use those to support, I don't know. They might. But yeah, this was sent into my Discord was this battle, and I was told that it was a pretty damn close thing. So I'm really excited to see how this one ends up. Who is going to win? Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think it's going to be the attackers that are going to win, or do you think the defenders, the elves and the men of Gondor fighting together, winning another glorious battle? We'll see. I mean, right now it looks like the defenders are doing a really good job cleaning out these Eastling assaults pretty easily, and losing very few men themselves, or elves I should say. They need to start shooting these sword warriors, like these archers here. Yeah, get them up. Start shooting into the backs of these shock infantry. You can turn a fight around very quickly with archers in this mod. Archers are insanely good, especially against shock infantry, pole arms, other archers, which all have 0 missile block. So you can kind of get some easy kills shooting those sword units. Yeah, Galadrim sword warriors, they're cutting through these guys pretty nicely. I mean, they are medium axe infantry. I'd expect no less. They're getting a bit close to the wall. I don't know if that's a great angle. I would be like getting down here to sort of like here, and then firing along the wall. That's what I try and do. They have got some better troops back here, which is good to see. They've got Loki and Macemen, which are like the more typical like look for an Eastling. We also have Warlords of Rune here, which one of the classics. Look at this unit. I mean, I don't remember the officer. They updated that, or does the officer always look like that with the tusks? I don't know, maybe he has. That's pretty cool though. I've never realised that, if that's always been there. And then we've got, yeah, the actual like proper Eastlings here, which are the Lokium, which you can't really see at the moment, but they are there. Back on this wall over here, and as you can see, it does seem to be good, like hard going here for the Isengard player. He's losing a lot of elite troops in this fight. His Berserkers are starting to drop, fighting the Carnage Berserkers, and I think that's because Archfire is being thrown in as well by the defenders. So yeah, Berserkers taking a fair few casualties now, and we've got Archer Spearfishers at the bottom of the wall with Javies. The big thing in this mod at the moment is Javies are king. They do a lot of damage. You can see here actually we've got, oh, this is just crossbows. I thought this is an assault through the gate, but no, crossbows have just been here shooting away at any defender that stands in that gate. It does seem as though I think Isengard's running out of men, to be honest. Yeah, Isengard literally has committed all of his infantry but his general and his pikes. That is it. He's got sappers and grenadiers left. I'm surprised he hasn't used a sapper yet to blow up a wall, because then he could at least get his pikes into play. And his grenadiers, of course, are very, very important. They will do a lot of damage. I mean, he's winning in quite a lot of these fights, but he is just taking a lot of casualties each fight. These Berserkers, which, by the way, you can bring, at the moment, with the last breath mob, you can bring unlimited amounts of these Berserkers. I believe they are looking to cap them to 5. But yeah, at the moment, you can bring a lot of Berserkers, and they are pretty damn deadly. And you can see their Carnage Berserkers unit losing. Uruk-hai infantry are going to beat them. I'm kind of surprised by that, but maybe this unit's already fought one Uruk unit. That is quite possible. You see here, Carnage Berserkers literally fighting to 12 men. And this is just a trained unit. And these guys fight to insanely low amounts of troops. Dunakori have been sent up here, and they are, well, have been set up and have managed to get down as well off the wall. They found a way down. They're going straight into combat. I mean, it's against a fresh and healthy Gondor unit, but I mean, Dunakori, I wouldn't mess around with them. These guys are pretty nasty. See them here, well armored, with a big angry sword in their hand. I would not put it past them to beat these Gondorians. Well, I spoke too soon. They're losing instantly. I think it's because the unit's coming in dribs and drabs, where they've also tried to pull out. I don't know. They are also pretty battered up. But I'd never put it past the Dunakori to win a fight. Those guys are machines. Also, machines are the elves, because they've absolutely annihilated all the Eastlings up here, as you can see on the wall. Pretty healthy units left as well, 103 out of 120, looking good. And yeah, it looks like they're going to win over here as well. I mean, it's not exactly much of a challenge. Uniting up with Gondor here. You've got Ringlow Vale men at arms, and also Gondor sword infantry in here on one side, and then on the other, big angry elven swords hacking down onto these poor Eastlings. But it looks like, well, I don't know. It looks like they've got more troops coming in. By usurpers maybe next. Of course, they're Marines. Don't know where they're planning on going next with those. They're going to need to send in the next wave. Will have to be Wards of Rune and Locrium Macemen, which I'm sure the Elven Archers, which are quite a way back actually at the moment, will maybe be used against those Wards of Rune. I think the reason why the elves have so much over here is because these towers. They put 2 Corsair Marines here. They're actually putting a lot of troops onto the wall here. We've got Gondor Archers all up here. The elves were here, but it looks like they're taking their troops down. But yeah, Gondor's putting a lot of guys up here.
The men have thrown down their weapons
and Khan's over here as well. My gosh, it's like a coalition just to deal with 2 towers. There is also another Uruk-hai infantry actually here. So the Uruks have got another unit in reserve. I guess it's their plan just to use these guys stealthily and sneak onto this wall and get a stronghold there. But it seems like the defenders have seen it. They've seen through the plot, the ploy. It's looking pretty rough over here for Isengard now. We even have elves here now to try and deal with this problem. Elven shock infantry being sent up. Yeah, not a good sign here. When the elves are getting involved. I'm also seeing, I don't know if this is a actual what they plan to do or whether this is just a mistake, but Carnish Bowmen have sallied out. I think they're trying to take out these crossbows, yeah. So they're trying to silence the crossbows, which is not a bad idea. So we have a bit of a sally out here by Khan. It's a bold move, but it will save some lives. These Uruk-hai crossbows here, they might win that fight, to be honest, because they are very heavy crossbows. And they've sort of got some pretty good armor. But yeah, Khan moving out, it will delay the chipping away at their own forces. And it looks like the Haradron swords are coming in as well to support that fight. I honestly think they could try a sally out if they wanted to. This side seems a little bit of a better side to try a sally out on because there's not much cav here. I don't think that's the plan. I think it is just to slow down the crossbows. More elves arriving here. Amroth Sentinels. I think also this is an elven. No, it's not an elven polearm. It's even worse than an elven polearm. It's Isengard, the elite guardsmen of Gondor. They're arriving here. Don't know where they're going to be quite used yet. It is a polearm. It's early days as well. Archers will be attracted to this unit and seeing a very expensive unit being thrown forward early on. And yeah, on this side over here, it's all quiet on the western front. It really is. I mean, Eastlings are patiently waiting, I think, for the elves to maybe just take more troops off the wall, which they are doing. It's not actually the elves, in fact. It's Gondor taking Ringlow Vale off the wall. So yeah, they're weakening this defense here. Maybe because they think, I don't know, that the Eastlings have moved around. That would be naive to think so. If you've just seen the Eastlings attack from here, they're not going to shift everything here. And you'd see them arriving as well on this front. But they can't. So maybe that is the plan. These things are going to just lie in wait. Let the forces of good defend against Isengard and also Harad for a little bit. And then they'll come slamming on in. That might work. It might also not. That's the thing. So they might need to just... Because otherwise it could become a 3v2. Not in favor of the attackers here. Seeing Serpent Warriors come up from the wall. Another good thing for Harad is that they do have... a lot of shock infantry options, actually. Serpent Warriors are one of them, along with the Dune Nakori. And Serpent Warriors can get the job done if they're not like shot at by archers. Like a lot of shock infantry, they can get a lot of stuff done for a medium shock infantry. They're pretty good. At least I think they're medium shock. I think they've always been medium, I think. It'd be great if it would tell me and not tell me about the heavy siege tower. Yeah, medium shock. I know that sometimes they do change the weight of some things, but yeah, they have not changed. Fighting against Amroth Sentinels, though, is still a tough fight for shock infantry. Like I said, those guys, one of the best units that you get your bang for your buck. They really are. And they're actually looking still pretty healthy, to be honest. 110. They've barely lost a man. We actually do have a, we did have an assault there through the gate. Harad did try to go through, but these Waynrider Spear Warriors in the way. They're a tough unit, one of Khan's best spear units, they really are. They've got the old Veriag style armor as well, so for those of you that are OGs of the mod, you will recognize that armor. Crossbows landing on the walls for Isengard. This is not good, because the elves actually aren't finished on this wall, and they're still here. So in fact, we have crossbows here that are landing on the wall and going straight into fight with Elven shock infantry. A bit of a mistake here from Isengard, but they also do seem like they're shooting while in combat at the crossbows, and actually are getting kills against these elves. So I guess that's a small win. Like, they're literally firing point. We'll see if one aims again. They're literally, just watch them. They're firing point blank range, just like we can't miss. Oh, but they're also getting shot themselves. Yeah, you can see a few just like doing the firing animation. So they're firing. That's why the shock infantry is losing, I think. But they are killing crossbows as they go as well. So yeah, they do need to be careful of that. More swords now going in though to try and deal with that problem. But it is causing a bit of a blob up here though. Isengard has a lot of troops blobbed in that area now. I still think it would be a wise idea to maybe get his sappers and his grenadiers up, try and do something with them. Could try and blow a hole in the wall. You could kill a lot of defenders by doing it. Gondor here, fighting on against the Serpent Warriors, who I think are starting to run out of legs yet. As you can see there, they are losing now. Serpent Warriors are going to need some reinforcements on that wall. What they're going to send through the gate, I don't know. Pikes, potentially, would be a good move. I think, because the archers, that you couldn't... Pikes have to march through, is they'd have to engage them in some way. You couldn't have archers just shooting at them, because they're going to need a clear line of sight going through that breach point. And look at this. Yeah, here we go. The Eastlings have decided to move their archers over here, and they are going to focus down this Founding Guard, which has lost one guy. And to be honest, I would start moving this unit back now while you have the chance. It's lost one guy, which is means they'll only lose more. And they're going to, I imagine, focus down that unit. Well, actually, I say that. They've changed tactic already, and they're shooting at Gondor sword infantry in the side, which is, in fairness, not a bad idea, but you've got to shoot this Founding Guard while it's here. It's such a good target to hit. Kill that, because later on, it's going to be such a pain if you get back to this final stand back here. I mean, the defenders have another Founding Guard, but, yeah, you still don't want to have to deal with two. And there's Twilight Guard back here as well. My gosh. Haldirs back here. Yeah, they've got some good units in reserve. Eastern Legionnaires. Arca Spearfishers. Not the greatest of units, but they have Javies, which is going to be a pain late game. That's for sure. Yeah, look at that. Crossbows, like, down to 73 men and dropping still. Like, this is a big mistake by Isengard, really, setting that crossbow up. They're still trying to help, though, in the front line. Still trying to shoot point-blank range. Lothlorien trying to avenge their kin that died at Helm's Deep.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
There you go, I think. Oh no, the crossbows broke. I thought maybe the elves were going to break, but no. The crossbows broke. And look at that, the amount of ammo they had. So much ammo left. Such a sad sight. Looks like the Zurks might break as well. And yeah, it leaves Isengard with not much left. He is bringing up his grenadiers, so these are just basically Nafatoon units. They throw very explosive, very nasty grenades. He's going to need to get them on a wall, though, and they're very vulnerable to archer fire, which I imagine as soon as they are in range, they will start to be shot at. And the elves... Oh, no, we've got 1 billion rangers over here. I don't think they can throw over a wall, though, kind of grenadiers. They will have to go up onto the wall if they want to help. These guys used to be so overpowered. They've kind of, like, capped them a little bit in how many you can bring. I think it's just the 1 now. It used to be 3. And I think also they've lowered their ammunition. I can't remember if they have or did not. They might have always had 3 volleys. But yeah, you used to be able to bring like 3 of them. And it was insane. But yes, as you can see here, the attackers have made a push for the gate. It's Harad that's done the pushing. Got Haradron infantry in here along with Umbar usurpers. This is one of the units that both Umbar and also Harad have. Kind of gives it away with the name, to be honest. Umbar usurpers. Would seem only right that Umbar would have this unit. But the Wayne Riders should be more than a match for these guys. And just to be sure, they have put some Founding Guards in behind, it seems here. Gondor infantry as well. Yeah, they're stacked in this gate. They're not getting through anytime soon. The Haradron sword infantry certainly is not up to the match of the 2 units in the gate.
Enemy forces have destroyed an entire unit.
I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it looks like these Grenadiers have actually managed to get to the wall without any sort of issues from archers, which is a surprise. I imagine that will change if they ever decide to try and land on the wall. Honestly, I'd go for the gate. There's so much around this gate here. If the Grenadiers could get, like, I don't know, set up just behind this melee and throw grenades inside, they could kill a lot of defenders here. Khan's also throwing Berserkers down here. Yeah, it's turning into a bit of a mess down here in this gate. Archers raining down arrows, again focusing those Founding Guard, and as you can see, they are getting machine gunned down, already down to 96 now. And that is just going to keep dropping. The Founding Guard here, they're a good unit, but if they start to lose HP, and they're starting to lose decisively because of archers, they can get cut down. You see the Found Guardsman here fighting on. I don't know how he's using like the staff of his pike as a way to block. I'm sure that would just snap. Oh gosh, look at this guy. Oh jeez, look at that animation. That was cool. Spearing him to death, ripping pieces of that Umbar usurper, and because of that, that unit runs out of the gate. They just watch that Founding Guardsman just absolutely annihilate their colleague, and they're out of there. Their colleague, their comrade. Yeah, Umbar is using... Well, not Umbar. I'm going to start calling them Umbar now. Harada's start using his Haradron sword infantry here to try and hold the line. Doesn't seem like that's achieving much. Berserkers here are losing. I think that's because they're trying to chase down the other unit. A little mistake there made by the defender. Over on this side here, again, we have Harada, and it also looks like Isengard now trying to get off the wall. They're being met by Carnage Bowmen and also Gondor sword infantry. Right now, the defenders are doing a great job. They are holding everywhere relatively comfortably. Like, the attackers have not made any sort of major breakthrough. And I wonder whether you could argue that that's why, on attack, factions like Mordor are so key. Because you bring Olokai and just hordes, and it's so useful. Oh, here we go. They're trying to use grenades. Isengard is trying to use grenades. I mean, Isengard's a great attacking faction as well, to be fair. Nothing against them. They are a solid faction. You can often bring a lot of good infantry, relatively good, cheap price. Yeah, the grenades, they try to use them, I think, on these Gondor swords. I think they're going to try and put them on the walls now. That's a bad idea. I would not be doing this. Maybe they might just be protecting them. Nope, they're going onto the wall. I'm pretty sure that's... maybe not. I thought they looked like they were going to get put up on there, which is a terrible idea with those archers just ready and waiting. But now is the time for these things to attack. There's literally 2 units on this wall. Galadrim Sword Warriors and also Emerald Sentinels. Like, if they attack here, then it stretches the defenders again, makes them bring more resources back over here, and also then lightens the defense here. I mean, they are breaking through our... like, the attackers slowly, they're grinding down. It's whether the defenders want to carry on fighting here. Like, their units are losing in combat, mainly because of archers. Archers are having to do a lot of heavy lifting right now for the attackers. But it's whether if the defenders want to carry on fighting here. They have reserves. They could use them on the wall, or are they going to use them in their final defense? Gondor fighting against Isengard. What a glorious sight. What a glorious mod this is as well. Really is like bringing like Lord of the Rings to life in Middle-earth. The back assault, by the way, under assault here. Sorry, the back assault is under away. Ringlow Vale men-at-arms. They're fighting against the Isengard infantry here, the Uruk-hai infantry. They are getting sliced and diced, those poor men-at-arms. They are no match. for the battle-hardened Urukai. On the other hand, these Corsair Marines, yeah, they had no chance against well-trained elves and men. Gondor Sword Infantry here and Admiral Sentinels doing their worst. So these poor Corsairs, yeah, they got beaten up. We also have Galadriel Bow Warriors over here that I think have been helping. There was 3 units here, there's now only 2. So as you can see, not a very good assault, I don't think, by the attackers there. Balance of power, still in favour of the attackers as well. It is 4,200 against 3,300. But you could argue it should be about 50-50 because the Eastling army over here is not actually engaging anything. But we may be about to see that happen now. And I have a feeling I know what these Warlords of Ruin are going to do. So, if you play on this map, this is Arthurdon, by the way, you can sneak around this gap here, usually. I think that is what we're going to see these things do in a moment here. They are going to sneak around that gap, and they're going to go after these Thilian archers over here and slice and dice them. He's only sending the 1 unit to test whether it'll work, I think. I may have sent a maceman instead, but yeah, here you go. These guys are going to sneak on around, I think. Oh, or maybe not. Can they not do it anymore? Did they patch this? You used to be able to do this. Looks like you might not be able to do it. And those Warlords of Ruin have given away that the Eastlings are still very much here. Personally, I think these guys could take the Galadriel Sword Warriors on the wall. They should be able to. They're an elite unit. They're a tier 4 against tier 3. Should be able to take them. Still fighting in this gate here. We've got Umbar Usurpers going back in. Still think the Grenadiers would be a better option to just have ready to go. Throw in some grenades. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they are trying to do exactly that. Throwing grenades into the back lines of this fight. And oh boy, is that turning that fight around. They do a lot of HP damage, do Grenadiers, and also morale. That is one of the big things. So he threw a couple of grenades. Probably did some damage. Killed a few. I mean, you can see that the Gondorian swordsmen are very bloodied up now. Literally just like, I don't know, a small wind and they'll get killed off. Keep on throwing. There you go. Oh, gosh. Yeah, they're starting to kill these Gondorians off. I imagine battle is not going in their favor. Combat even. They're still doing okay. You're going to need a few more grenades, guys. More grenades. There we go. Rip in peace. How this guy here like survived, I do not know. His comrade not so lucky. But yeah, that's just annihilated that Wainrider spear unit. They might hold for a little longer. Actually, it's only a trained unit. I thought it was elite maybe. But the Gondor Sword Infantry, they might try and leave. Get out of there, save some men. And the Fountain Guard will definitely not be going in there because they know what comes if they even try and defend that point. Really, they want to try and save these grenades for the late stage of the game. But it might have been a good idea to use just a couple like they did to unlock this gate defense, which they've nearly done now. It's good to see. It seems as though the Eastlings are actually going to just leave that side that they're on. They're just going to bring their infantry over here and they're going to smash through. I don't know why. There's not much here. Maybe they don't know how much is here because they can't see behind the walls. But there is only 2 units there. And that makes it much easier then for the defenders because they just have to defend this one wall. They can bring all reserves to this side. They don't have to worry about any sort of defense here. I don't know. Maybe it's their plot, their ploy. Just to convince the defenders that the Eastlings are shifting all forces this direction. I don't know. I mean, also to be fair, Harad and also Isengard are running out of mainline infantry. They've got a couple of units left. Nothing like insanely good. Isengard's about to lose his general on his wall here as well. His White Stormer is in a terrible state. And it's losing to elves over here on the wall. He needs to sort this out. Also, these Galadriel Sword Warriors seem like they'll fight to the last man. They're fighting to 4 men, or 4 elves. Gondorian Swords still fighting on as well. They're not quite down to 4 men just yet. But yeah, I mean, this defense on the wall has been very, very worthwhile for the defenders. They have actually, like, ground down Isengard to basically nothing. Harad, not looking great either. And these things are now being forced to bring their forces over here. Maybe because they're scared of attacking on this side. I don't know. Or maybe they just think that they need to help their allies out and bring more infantry this way. But it, like I said, makes the defense much easier. As you can see already, the defenders bringing over Galadrim bow warriors. We're seeing more generals and more infantry being shifted down here. The last defense is being all but abandoned. They think they can win this, the defenders do, at the walls. And they're probably right. They probably can. Lorien Spear coming up here. These guys are gold chevron. It's the Levy version. But look at that. They are getting deleted going forward. That is a big, big loss here. That polearm unit has been deleted. Maybe should have left this at the back. Because, yeah, that is not achieved a lot. Oh my gosh. These Neath infantry need to protect their polearm friends if they want to have any chance of holding this gate. But, yeah, they're putting more stuff at the bottom of the wall. Guess that protects it. But, yeah, that unit has got to the front line to 51 elves left. Insane. The gate's also about to fall. I think that they're setting up like they're going to defend... let them in, but just defend around the gate. They're going to let them in a little bit. Well, maybe not. They're going to throw in the Carnish Bowman next. Okay, maybe Khan didn't get the memo about this setup, because it looks like Gondor here is setting up ready to, like, sort of like sandwich them on two sides. Also, the elves are going in. Okay, maybe everyone's going in. Okay, we're going back to a messy choke point in the gate, including some some polearms here from Lothlorien. So that again is going to be a tough breach point, but all it's going to do, yep, is going to bring forward the White Hand Grenadiers. Again, they're going to come forward, throw a few grenades, and probably scare off a lot of those infantry that are in that breach point. It's why they don't blow up. I think that's why Gondor was trying to protect, like, attack on the flanks, let them in and attack on the flanks, because the Grenadiers then won't get clear shots. But we'll stay here and wait for the inevitable grenade volley that's going to come. And they'll hit a lot of elves. Here we go. Look at that. These Grenadiers are probably getting some good kills. Even if they're not getting good kills, they're damaging good units. Another grenade volley going in. Again, more elves drop. Some are hitting the gate, the grenades, which is, I guess, good for the defenders, but most are getting through. It's causing these units to waver. It's down as whistling shot. Okay. Interesting. I didn't realize that was what it would go down as. It's only -3 morale. Maybe they changed it as well, because I remember it being... the morale damage being higher for Grenadiers. So maybe they changed that as well. Oh my gosh. So just in case you thought about taking this wall, they put Twilight Guard up here, did Lothlorien. They are going to be tough to kill. General's fallen, so that's actually Isengard's general dead. He had just died here to the Twilight Guard, I think. He'd routed and then just been chopped down. So yeah, those elite Elven archers now defend the wall. That's going to still be tough to break through. Even though these are just bowmen, they're heavy bowmen. So they are pretty tough. And they're Elven archers as well, so they're just hard to kill. The gate fight here is... yeah, pitiful. The Umbar usurpers actually were outnumbered in that gate fight. And no wonder they've been routed. But here we go. Eastlings are landing on the walls now. And they are taking on their old foe again, Lothlorien. Who's also shifted along his troops to this wall here. So, it didn't really matter where he went, Eastlings. He's still going to end up fighting against Lothlorien. He's probably pretty pissed at that. But again, I mean, we'll have to see how the shock infantry do here. But they are fighting on a wall. They usually do pretty well there. Against Locrian Macemen, could be a little bit of a tougher challenge than the runic infantry that they were fighting before. But really, the attackers should be shooting these shock infantry units on the wall while they have the chance. Like, that's where they should use their ammunition. If they're going to use their ammunition, try and win these wall fights against shock infantry.
Nothing remains of this unit now.
So Carnish Bowman's side out, an interesting move. Fighting, well, Wards of Rune and Corsair Marines. I think they can beat dealt with by the Corsair Marines alone. They don't need the Warlords of Rune. And these pirates here will happily take some Khandish heads. But yeah, it does seem as though, look at this. If it's part of a plot to try and take this wall, I do not know. There's an Adunakori still waiting here for Harad, so maybe they will try and land on this wall. They're going to need more than that, though. But I still think if you just kept a couple of units in reserve hidden, you could sneak around and get onto this wall and cause all sorts of problems. I mean, they could get the Uruk-hai crossbow up there if they wanted to. They also, I still feel like, need to use this sapper. If they could blow up a breach in this wall over here, maybe stretch the defenders, because the defenders are running out of infantry. They can actually go into the front line. They've got some Eastern Legionnaires, some more Wayne Riders. We've got Citadel Guards over here. But there's actually a lot of infantry being tied down right now by one Uruk-hai infantry. You know, there's 2 units of infantry being tied up here. So when they eventually win that fight, they'll be able to come over, but it's a bit of a waste having both of those there right now. We've got Fountain Guard, but yeah, make a breach point with those sappers is what you brought them for. I guess it's what he brought them for. He could have, I guess, brought them for blowing up pole arms, but not always. It doesn't always work. Twilight Guard here, I think, are being schooled by Warlords of Rune, which is no surprise. They are elite shock infantry. And even if these guys are elite archers, they're not that elite. Again, looks like more crossbows or something landing on the walls. I don't know. I see Uruk-hai troops up here. Oh, they're crossbows that are routing. Okay. They are winning on the wall over here. Warlords of Rune, though, are losing in a fight to Amroth Sentinels. Okay. See, I mean, these things are making an effect, but it's costing them a lot of troops as well. This wall is a grindy battle. It really is. Just horrendous. Here we go, more Elven shock infantry being moved this way, and I have a feeling, yeah, it's the one from the wall there. Now would be the time to land on this damn wall, capture the gate, get your cav inside. Why don't the attackers do that? They literally had the one Adunakori to do the job. Even bring the damn pole arms up if you have to. You could land them on the wall. Just got to storm this wall now. Scare the defenders. Stretch them. This is actually doing the complete opposite by sending more troops here. You're just making it easier. Putting everything in front of them. Got to threaten in behind. I still feel like that other wall is exactly what they need. Another way to get in. Right now they're just smashing their head against the wall. Twilight Guard are dying though. They are killing some very good units off. We've got pikes now coming up. Uruk-hai pikes now coming up. They're saving their ammo for them. Athelian Rangers here still have like a third of their ammo. They are still good to go and still able to shoot those guys. Gondor Archers though running out of ammo. It seems like a lot of units are starting to run out of ammo for the defenders. And the pikes going in. They only lost one guy. And now they get the joy of going in against Lorien Spear Company and the Neath Infantry here. Hold the line! These damn pikes will be easily beaten. We'll have the range over the polearms, they will. So there you go. Start poking away, boys. Yeah, and also they have the HP over the Lorien defenders as well. Who've been constantly bombarded by grenadiers, archers. What else have we seen going in? Unbayou service, they're throwing in everything now. I think they're just trying to support maybe the pikes with some infantry. This is a little over the top here from Harad, and also the East Listening troops. My gosh, they're really going to try and storm through. Looks like they're going to set up Arc Spearfishers here ready to go in as well. Not a bad idea, but they're going to need to get a good Javi volley off in a moment. Ready! I mean, there aren't many Lorien polearms left. Just Javi away. Oh, yeah. They're gunning down these poor pikemen. Oh, dear. Did they deserve it? Probably not. There you go. The attackers are technically through, I think. They look like they were. Why did the Eastlings retreat? I do not know. But the Uruks, they were nearly in. And now the Arc Spearfishers are going to engage them. They've used all their Javies. I think, again, they're also getting limited from 2 Javies to 1. Just to make them a little less effective because... I don't know. I think it's just because they're a very, very weak unit and they don't need... And they shouldn't have so many Javies or something like that. These guys can rack up like 100 plus kills and they're a levy unit, which is, I guess, good, but it's not the point. They're supposed to only just delay units, not supposed to like defeat entire units. There you go. They are going to now let the pikes inside, I think, which is not a bad idea. So they're going to let them in and they're going to try and flank them on one side. See a good move there. We do have also got a shock infantry off the wall here. Wards the room with the silver chevron, by the way. Slicing and dicing through Gondor archers, but they are losing men thick and fast themselves. They are battered and beaten. Yeah, that Gondor sword infantry there. It's actually combat even, which might as well be winning while fighting this wall of runes. That's always a good sign. More Umbar usurpers, though, have managed to get off the wall. So it looks like as though the defenses are starting to crack for the defenders here. Units are getting off the wall in more and more areas for the attackers. They need to land these remaining serpent warriors as well. Just get as much stuff off the wall as possible at this point now. You just got to try and break through. The defenders persisted to fight at this wall, at this gate, and instead of like retreating, they could try and retreat and use their founding guard on these steps, trying to slow them down on this final defense here instead of just fighting along at the wall. I think they'd have a bit more joy doing that. Problem is it's hard to disengage at this point now as well. They've got so many units engaged in various combats along the wall that it's hard to get them all out. Eastlings over here, clear the... Got the elves here, and they're about to have another unit land on the wall. And oh boy, is it a pretty nasty unit. Adun and Corey landing on the wall. Now they have to deal with their very elite Umbar unit. I mean, it is an Umbar unit too. It's also a Harad unit, who are here today. I've probably called Harad Umbar far too many times. It's what happens when you have a crossover. I like how the units fall. Watch them as they like... Or watch them as they fall. Like go, whoa, drop their sword and take like a T-pose. Kind of funny. But as you can see here, the swords, they're going to battle away with their Galadrim opponents and the Amaryllis Sentinels as well. I don't think either of them have got the ability to stop the tier 4 shock infantry. The Amaryllis Sentinels are nearly dead anyway, fighting on the wall against the Eastlings. So we'll see how they get on. They probably will lose that fight though on the wall there. Gate-wise, it's not looking great either. The pikes retreated, and now we have Umbar Usurpers engaged against Founding Guard and also Arca Spearfishers. They should kill the Spearfishers off pretty quickly. Founding Guard not so much. Unless they start shooting them. Again, look at this. Lokrum off the wall. And then they're surrounding the Founding Guard. And this is not looking good here for the defenders. They are in a real sticky position here. Lots of units now trapped at the wall. Got Wayne Rider, Spear Warriors coming up. They're trying to come and stabilize the situation. But if more and more troops come off this wall here for the attackers, then they're in a pretty bad spot. They're going to try and help with the gate. Not a bad idea. I mean, the Spearfishers will probably eventually die. Thydron, men of Karn, don't let your damn Haradrim rivals beat you back. Oh, look at this. So, Locrium trying to sneak around. They're trying to get these Founding Guard. It's not a bad idea. And if they keep catching them out in the Founding Guard here, keep trying to reposition, they'll kill a couple each time they retreat. As you can see here, doing it just now. Got like 5 or 6 in that little flank. And that actually worked quite nicely. Losing decisively. And then also, you've got the Ward's Rune now coming off the wall. And they're slicing and dicing them. And that Founding Guard might be dead now, I think. There you go. Losing decisively. What else have we got in here? So those are my usurpers. We have got crossbows on the wall as well, which is good. They will help in any sort of fights there. Gondor archers are, well, being thrown away to be killed. But yeah, these crossbows need to start shooting down like Wainrider spears here. And also maybe the Neath infantry. Just get rid of these units. Just try and change the outcome of the fight in this gate. Because it's still kind of even. It's still not, like, decided who's going to win that fight. Shock infantry on the wall. I think that must be Khan's general, then. The Eastern Legionnaires. They are fighting on the wall against... It looks like Serpent Warriors. There's also some Gladium Archers up here. But, yeah, Serpent Warriors beating Eastern Legionaries. I'm surprised, but there must be Archer support that's helped to gun down those that general for Khan. And here we go. The sappers now coming up. Where are they going to go? I think they'll go... Oh, they are in fact going for this wall as well. Perfect. So the sappers going to go for this wall here. Whether that means they'll activate the cavalry, Serpent Guard cavalry here for Harad. Get them inside. Try and then go after archers. There is a spear unit here though. Heroes of Amon Lank nonetheless. A very elite spear unit here. This is a incredibly good unit. One of the best spears around. That could do a lot of damage. Probably will do a lot of damage. The battle for the gate, though, continues. Archers still firing in here. The crossbows are starting to have an influence. It's not actually crossbows. It's all these archers back here. The Serpent Archers of Harad are focusing into this gate here, killing a lot of Wainriders and trying to do a lot of damage. The pikes also are in here now, not threatened from being flanked anymore. So they're doing fine. And this is the second Founding Guard, I think. I think it must be. And that one's starting to waver and die as well. Down to 7 men. Yeah, it is. And the gate has been opened up, as you can... sorry, the breach point's been opened up here. So the sappers all died. They sacrificed their lives. It was all worth it. And now we're going to see... Well, the cavalry's going to make an attempt. But we're going to see pikes. And also grenadiers come round. And this is going to be a good move here by Isengard. Isengard been out of the game for a little while now. With no army really left. But if the grenadiers can blow up this Heroes of Amon Lank, then they're in for a winner there. Desperately now the defenders are trying to get across their final reserves, which are just one on that back wall there. Amaroth Sentinels and Gondor Sword Infantry desperately now running to the front lines. Galadriel Bow Warriors are going to be needed to go into combat soon because they are running short of defenders, running short of defending infantry. Dune Nakori, one on the wall, getting sniped by an arch tower still. Still relatively healthy, 66, not too bad. As you can see here, the final Locrium as well landing on the wall. I'm kind of going to just keep an eye on whether these grenadiers actually throw some grenades off. Because if they can kill those Heroes of Amon Lank, oh boy. Yeah, here we go. I think they're going to throw a volley. I don't know, they're chasing. The Cav's going to get inside though as well. Which is, even though they've given up this choke point, I think that's the more important thing. Like, they should have stayed there because this unit would have held forever. And now they've let the Cav in. And the Cav inside the city spells only doom now for the defenders. And all they've done is just retreated to here to defend this point. Enemy general dead. So that's Khan's general gone, I think, on the wall up there. But Khan's general, even though he's dead, it looks like he's going to take out this Serpent Warrior with him. We have the Thillian Rangers on the wall that have helped. The tower's fallen as well. I think that's... Yeah, the gate's been captured. Oh, yeah, the gate is very much captured. They are running back now. No wonder these Amon Lank spears retreated. It's still not going to be enough, though. I don't know where they plan to hold now. The thing is, they now don't have enough to hold the final point. Or at least not hold it for long anyway. They should have retreated earlier if they were going to do it. They did a good job, but they should have maybe retreated a little earlier. But instead, they kept sending troops in and in and in. And here we go. Grenades going off, destroying the Heroes of Ammon. That killed like 20 of them instantly. This is a very, very elite unit, well armored as well. And the grenades, like, we don't care. Elves go boom. Thing is, though, even though these elves just like took a massive L-leg being hit in the face by a load of grenades, they're still going to probably fight quite well against those Uruk pikes. Well, I say that. A rear charge from Serpent Guards might change that, but we'll see. They are still spears. Charging in the back of them is always dangerous. And if friendly fire is a thing, charging into the back of them while they're fighting pikes definitely is not a good idea for the Cav. They just get piked by their own men. Yeah, rear charge there, not bad. They are losing decisively now, actually. That did cause... Oh! Why are they... They're throwing grenades. Oh, they're throwing grenades at the Eastern Legionnaires. I was like, why are they throwing grenades at their own troops? But no, these are Eastern Legionnaires. These are defenders that have managed to get off the wall into the back lines. And I guess the grenadiers are now being forced to use grenades against units they wouldn't usually typically use them against. But there you go. Elven archers just got deleted. And, I mean, I'm going to melee. To be honest, I think they might be okay in melee. Or maybe not. They're going to try and get out of it. I don't know what they're doing. They should just engage. They're doing a Corey into the back line, so of these Heroes of Ammon Lank, a good unit to countercharge these guys with. Shock infantry does do very well against spears, after all. Yeah, it seems like they're going to hold them. I mean, eventually, once those Heroes of Ammon Lank have been killed, they can support the Grenadiers, which have, like, literally a slither left of ammo, I think. The final fight also taking place over here. Cav looks like it's trying to charge through some Gondor sword infantry. Don't know if they're going to achieve it, really. Going up steps as well. Pretty awkward for the horses. Might need a recharge, boys. But here comes the horde of infantry that's just going to try and smash through. Yeah, the defenders, the attackers are getting a little bit wasteful now. They're actually, well, they're trying to dismount these Serpent Guards, I think. But they're just trying to charge cavalry into spears. Little did the spears know that they can just be flanked around there. I did not realize this until, like, I played on this map a little while ago, that you could just flank around those steps. So it's actually not worth holding the steps. You hold sort of back where the spears are now. And as you can see here, Loki Rim is going to go around the spears, probably go after the archers. And it does seem as though the battle is nearly over here, as the defenders are very much out of troops. 600 against 2,000. Honestly, I think the attackers made it harder for themselves. I think they could have attacked over here earlier. Like, not again against the elves, but, like, you know when the elves took all their troops off? Just go in, just flank around, draw some troops away from this gate fight here. They made it hard, but with archer fire, certainly, and grenadier support, the attackers did manage to get through over here. And it certainly also did help the turn of the tide when these things did move their troops here to help. But, like I said, maybe they could have gone for another attack here, these things, and drawn elven support away from this wall. But yeah, they did a good job, did the attackers. A grindy siege, that's for sure. But that's the sort of siege we like to see on the channel. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you want to send in your own Dawnless Days replays, you've got some grindy sieges like this, do send them in. And if you're wanting to play the mod as well, and you haven't got the mod, the link for it is in the description, as always. It's a great mod. The devs do work so hard on it, and it's getting better with every update. Many people I've seen that's like, oh, it's going to take so many years to get this game, like this mod done. I don't think it will. And if it does, fair enough. Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't know why these little guard keep retreating. They should just stand their ground. They're losing men. Each time you retreat troops out of combat like this, people watching, don't do it. When you're the only unit engaged in a fight and you retreat that unit, you're going to lose a lot of troops. He also seems like he's trying to pull through. I don't know what he's doing. Is he just trying to get his general killed? Gondor? He might be. Honestly, he might be. Uruk-hai pikes and Locrian macemen are now coming up. It looks like we're going to see cycle charges from the Serpent Guard. It is only the elves that are really left. Amaroth Sentinels here holding on. They can charge or shots. I think we got charged here by the general. That was pretty brutal. We've got Galadriel bows here, and Haldir is still here with a little bit of ammo. I think they might die to army losses though, the elves. I don't think they're gonna, like, any other reason. Cav comes in here, pretty decent charge, but nothing like too great. Are the elves wavering? They are in fact wavering. Yeah, I think it's going to be army losses in the end that's going to be the deciding factor. And you can see the starting route there. There they go. All of the elves are gone. Oh, they just got an Athelian Ranger left over here, which is, yeah, I guess it's an elite unit. It's a tier 4 unit. It would have a little bit more morale, but still. I'm surprised they're holding. I think it's just them against the world right now. And yeah, looks like they're going to try and take on some Variag Bowmen, but I think they'll rout before they get there. And there you go, they routed, and that is the victory for the attackers there today. And there you go, a Pyrrhic victory for the attackers. We'll end the replay there and have a quick look at the end results. And yeah, this was a tough battle, that is for sure. I mean, it was a hard-fought one there. And I think it was sent in by Karpov, who was playing as Isengard in this one. So here we go, here are the end results. We have Karpov here playing as Isengard. He was the one to send this one in, so thank you very much, dude, for sending it in. Very much appreciated. Got 121 kills with one of his Isengard infantry here. 250 with another one. My gosh, what were they fighting to get that many kills? 186 with another. I'm actually 164. Got some good kills with Zorix, actually. His Berserkers, battling against Khan's Berserkers most of the fight. Got 158 kills, 116. His pikes getting 67 kills. Crossbows not doing too great. 74 the best. And then 237 with the White Hand Grenadiers. Then we have Zahn playing as Harad. 111 kills with the Corsairs. 228 kills with the Haradron Swordsowers. Very good. 212 with his Umbar Usurpers here. 169 with another. 130 with the Serpent Warriors. Aduna Kori, 174. And still had a healthy one left. 100 kills with his Serpent Archers, 125 with another one. Then we have Chicken Wolf playing as the Eastlings, 231 kills with the Warlords of Rune, 126 with another. His Runic Warriors got annihilated in the first wave. His Lakerim did a little bit better, 104 kills. Polearms, 82 kills. And then his Variag Bowman, 201 kills. Very nicely done. Then we have Coastal Canadian playing as Lothlorien, 122 kills with Haldir, 182 kills with Amaroth Sentinels here, 228 kills with the Galadriel Sword Warriors, 203 with another one, 365, my gosh, these guys did insane. And then we got 197 kills with the Galadriel Bow Warriors here, 237 kills with Twilight Guard, yeah, some very good kills there. I'm surprised he didn't bring more archers if he could. Then we have Nuno Reves playing as Khan, 100 kills with the Eastern Legionnaires, 222 kills with the Carnage Berserkers. I mean, he spammed these guys out, and that one did by far and away the best. Another one got 142 kills, but yeah, the rest kind of like 90s, sort of like level. Then we have the Wainrider Spears getting 127 kills. Then Bows here getting 135, 133. And then we have El Bellator playing as Gondor, 158 kills with the Ringler Vale Men at Arms, 196 with another one there, 188 with his Gondor Swords, 325 with another Gondor Sword. My gosh, these guys did well. Yeah, his Vanguard kind of got focused down, unfortunately, 72 kills. And then the Athelian Rangers getting 110 kills, 232 kills. His Gondor Archers, 114 kills. So some good kills there for the bows as well. But there you go, guys. That is today's siege battle. If you did enjoy, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.